We got the woman of the hour, Dr. Renecia Williams, author. I like saying that.
Yeah.
Author, from the inside out. Who are you? Now, talk to me about what the inspiration was in writing this book and what you hope folks are going to get out of it.
Well, after being in ministry for like over 10 years now, I'm finding that a lot of people that attend church often and been in the church for several years, they don't know who they are. You know, they're identifying themselves from their flesh instead of from the spirit realm. So I felt that it was a very good time to bring this out with the racial profiling going on and the anger that's going on. And I wanted to be able to identify the real enemy in this whole game that's going on. So I decided to, get this book together so people can be able to know who they are instead of the world giving them a definition of who they are.
I know you've been doing a lot of work. We talked to David a minute ago about his experience with you in prison. What are the folks inside the prisons talking about when they talk about this book? What are they saying?
Well, they're finding out who they are. Basically, the book is talking about we're a spirit that lives in a body that has a soul. They're thinking, I have to hustle, sell dope, I have to do this, I have to do that. But what they need to do is go back and discover who they are so they can go to the original source so they can find out what their purpose is. So finding your purpose and finding out who you are will put you in the right lane to be successful.
So you're saying there's a lot of folks walking around here inside the jails and outside of jail that don't even know who they are.
They don't know who they are. I've gotten feedback where people have left their church because they felt like, hey, I'm 50-something years old and my pastor has never taught me this significant piece that I need in my life to be successful.
Now, what in particular is the significant piece that you talk about?
Dividing the soul, spirit, and body. In the book, I talk about briefly about how this is our house that we're housed in. When you drive past one of your friends' crib, you'll say, hey, there's so-and-so crib. And that's correct. That's his crib, but that's not him. He's inside the crib. So when we leave here, we all have to leave. When we leave here, our bodies leave. Our bodies stay, and our spirit goes to heaven or hell. And I talk about that and keep it real in here about there is a heaven and a hell. And we have to come back to the original design for us. In the Bible, it talks about we were created in his image and after his likeness. And God is a spirit, so therefore we are spirits. We're spiritual beings having a natural experience.
Y'all hear that? This girl is powerful over here. I love it. Now, but you've spent so much time ministering to folks. Why did you feel it necessary to put it on paper, put it in a book, put it somewhere that folks could take with them? Why did you feel that was necessary? Because you've been so powerful in with Planted Seed Ministries and all the things that you've been doing. Why write the book?
We're in a very important time right now in this world. I mean, things are happening that we've never seen. Things that I experienced in the jails when I'm counseling people, because I'm working with women now in our local jail. And people are struggling and they're looking for answers. In the book, I talk about when I was a little girl, 5 years old, I wanted to know where the sound came from inside our body. Where were we before we got here? My mom would be like, girl, be quiet. You too deep. But I really wanted to know. And this book talks about all of that. And then another thing I'm finding that a lot of people, when they get a little scripture in them, they go open up a church. We have, the last time I did a research in Gary, we had 636 churches, active churches. And look at the community. The book talks about the different pillars that we are to dominate: media, entertainment, school, all of those type of things. We can still be Christians and be ministers in our purpose. You can minister the word when you're out interviewing people. We can minister the word on a factory line. Right. So I'm just encouraging people to get this book, go back to the foundation so that you can prosper.
Y'all heard it first. Get this book. From the inside out, who are you? Dr. Renecia Williams from the G. You know how we get it in, so let's get it in.